Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Couldn't get a hold of her?
I couldn't get a hold of her, unfortunately, so...
Okay. Well, people are listening out in St. Clara. Sometimes they don't get NCI well there.
Yeah.
Jody Paul, we were trying to reach out to you. He's the owner of Black Bear Lodge in St. Clara. Our son, Sean, was supposed to potentially join as an outfitter.
Yeah.
What we try to do on the show is get a business every second week, I believe, and trying to advertise the business and at the same time give an update of the history of the business so we could actually showcase the entrepreneurship of the Métis people. So, unfortunately, Jody Paul, if you're listening, we try to reach you. It did not reach you. So,
We'll reschedule her, yeah, for sure.
Okay. Well, we have some birthdays. I want to get past them. Happy 73rd birthday. He's going to June Lejeune, Minister of Provincial Education for us. June works very, very hard, lives in Flin Flon, and he's going to be 73 years old.
Wow.
Still in damn good shape. Happy 74th birthday going out July last, my dear. 74. Who lives on Roulette now? Well, on Roulette. The Minister of Forces Justice in Pemmican and Vice President of the Thompson region. Hard-working lady, and happy 74 to, of course, Miss Nabam. Okay, so she and I can speak solo back and forth to each other. And then happy 66th birthday is going out to Marielle Boutier, Associate Minister of French and Mixed Languages, and she's in St. Malo. And so happy birthday, Marielle. I got to always make sure I pronounce it the French accent, Marielle.
Right.
And happy 66th birthday is going out to Al Spence, one of your top listeners.
Okay.
And he's, of course, my sister Rita's husband. And he'll be celebrating 66 on August 6th.
Ooh,
well known in the hockey legends of the Tobins, the Winnipeg Tobins, and so forth. And he was a damn good hockey player. So happy 66. He gets his pension now and slaps it on his check once in a while before he heads off to bingo. So congratulations going out to 47th, actually, anniversary to Ronald and Frida Sanderson, and they're celebrating their 47th anniversary on Tuesday. Celebrated on Tuesday, July 29th. So, again, happy 47, Ronald and Frida. I have such great respect. Frida attends many funerals with Ronald, and Ronald's not the best shape now. His diabetes is really giving him a licking. But Frida would attend so many different funerals and things, and that's what sometimes you really need, that support when you're breathing and having a hard time. And Frida would donate her time and go out helping out wherever she can. So, damn good couple. Of course, I had a chance to meet a friend, and he's the elder of the Northwest region, and his name is Foxy, a businessman. He had a gas station, Foxy's Gas Bar, right by the rivers of Winnipegosis, and his wife Linda, lovely Linda. And we went there, and he was going to take me out Saskatoon picking on Thursday, I believe. And because I was heading to the rodeo, I stopped there in Winnipegosis, and it was kind of getting late, he said, and it's better I just give you. I said, oh, wow. I said, but I really wanted to pick them. I think it was to kind of hide his patches. I didn't think he wanted to show me where his secret patches were. They give me, Dawn, and Cat a can each, a coffee can. And that's a lot of berries. So I got a can too. So I'm going to freeze them as soon as I get back to Winnipeg. But I met a very special lady there. Her name is Cheryl Fleming of Winnipegosis, and she's attending the University of Waterloo. She's finishing off her master's, and she's going to come work for the Federation upon her graduation. And she already has her other degrees, but she wants to get her master's.
That's
she lost her mom about over a week ago, and so we had a good chat, me and her, about mom and the issue of your mom not, may have left us in this world, but I talk to her every night and every morning like I do, and I feel without a doubt my mom's with me. So we had a good chat and some good hugs there, and talked about, she is so proud of the Federation, and she said, I can't believe the amount of support I was able to get for a Federation, how much it's helped me, and getting to where I am in my life and my career. That's why I want to work at the Federation as soon as I graduate. So big kudos to you, Cheryl. I look forward to seeing her. You might come to the local region meeting. I think it's happening August 9th, is the regional meeting in Northwest. Also, when I met another, I think she's identified as Venus for the Seat. I think it's her name. She's graduated. I think she's appointing. I can't remember now. Holy man, my head's spinning here. Not on here. Kat was not with me at the moment, but I met them at the rodeo. She got some support from the Federation. I do apologize. I'll get your name next week, and if you don't mind, give a call to the Federation. give me her name, but I really want to honor her, a young lady like that. Man, you've seen her, she's white as snow. And she works as a dental hygienist. That's what she does. And she got her graduating. She's working now, and she's so proud of the Federation for being there, supporting her. And somebody will give me that name so I can acknowledge her next weekend, next Saturday.
Okay.
Also, I want a big kudos out to Swan River Local. My sister-in-law, Bernice, of course. She walks that. I am telling you, Naomi, you'll have to figure out how to get to it one time.
Okay.
It is phenomenal. Anybody that wants to go to a rodeo, a parade. A rodeo is great, by the way. But you want to go to the parade, it is unbelievable. Actually, you have over 150 floats. I'm telling you, by the time you start your transition on the parade, by the time you go all the way downtown, spin all around, come back, it's just leaving. The end is just leaving now. That's how long it is. And then I'm talking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people all lined up on the sidewalk with their kids and their family, grandparents, elders, youth, everyone. It's just phenomenal. And I'm so taken by it. I go after the mayor, and so I was quite pleased to see. And again, of course, Francis was there running around like a storm, and along with Richard and Peter, I ended up driving in a little red car, and they had, of course, Campbell there, and his son. They were fiddling and playing music and dancers. They had youth dancers. They had elder dancers. And I can't tell you how proud of our local, our culture, our pride now that we showcase it with such ambition, and people see that, and people are talking about, you guys see the dancers, so people are really impressed upon how important it's like the powwows, right? They dress up with such beautiful galia, and you see the beautiful clothing and designs, and people talk about that later. Say, wow, do you see the dancers? So same thing here with the dancers here in the square dancing and digging as they're going down during the parade, and they're acknowledging. I hear people talking about it, and it was just very, very proud for me to see that, So I got the name from Peter, so just so I can do right. Now my accent is making me a mess here. Ali Kante and Brian Gilroy's daughter, dental hygienist. Her name is Sydney Gilroy, and she is now a dental hygienist, and thanks to Federation. And Ali Kante, I think I said it right, and Brian's daughter. So kudos to you again, Sydney, and it's a great thank you, Peter, for that update. And that's something I'm so proud to meet our people like that, because it just shows the work that we're doing is actually really making such a big difference to people's lives and to a career to the future. And she's probably going to be one of our homeowners moving forward in the next little while. Now, I was at my sister's going to redo her front deck because it's kind of weak, it's falling down, and so they're following through with getting the lumber needed. So they phoned, and this is what I want people to really double check when you're ordering, when you're planning to order supplies anywhere. Double check the pricing. What are you buying? Furniture, fridges, or stoves? So I'll give you an example so people can see the difference. How much money you can save by just looking. Valley Doors out of Swan River. Said they sent the list there, and they priced out what their costs are. So that's 3 lumber, deck screws, and all the rest of the stuff you need. And they sent the same list to Dawson Co-op Building Center. Now listen to the prices. Identical products, but exactly the same, 100% early. $2,207 from Valley Doors. That's the price for a deck, lumber, and not labor, just the supplies. Dawson Co-op, $1,619.22. A saving of nearly $600.
Wow.
Dawson and Sound River, these are 2 towns that serve a lot of Métis and First Nation villages and communities, but that different price is phenomenal. That can't just be ignored. And so I encourage our people listening to the show, don't just order and say, well, let's go in Valley Doors, for example, get the supplies there. I'm not here to criticize Valley Doors.
Yeah.
I'm here to tell the truth. Numbers are numbers. You can't lie. And so if that means their pricing is high, are they going to be taking advantage of now what's happening with new housing that's going to be built, a new construction that has to happen with the evacuees and so forth? So business like that, unfortunately, need to look at why are they charging more than everybody else, and how does it really affect them. So I thought I'd share that because I thought, wow, I was quite pleased to see Brian get the pricing and from 2 places to get a perspective and share it with Rita. and seeing that $600 was saved by just shopping in two different stores. So, an update, we are meeting the Prime Minister now. It's being confirmed for August 7th. Our cabinet will be leaving August 4th. We'll be for 2 days, August 5th and 6th in Ottawa, and then we'll meet the Prime Minister on the 7th. So, of course, it's going to be dealing with a few of our key issues.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the key things that I will be raising, of course, the land claim. Second to that, I'll be raising, of course, our treaty. That's got to be voted in Parliament. That'll be next on the agenda for us to talk about. And Bill C-5, which, of course, we support. But, again, we made it very clear. It's got to be done in a partnership process where you're not going to look to us after the fact or ignore us and start to believe that we don't have a say in the national projects that will affect not only today, but affect us into the future. So clearly from that standpoint, there'll be other agenda items that we'll be talking about. One of the issues I've made very clear, that Métis National Council will not be in the same meeting as I am because they're not a legitimate organization. They sued the Federation. They sued many people, hurt many people. And so, you look at all of those things and ask yourself the question, why is this happening? Why did the government of Canada allow MNC, who is not a legitimate body, to spend money to sue us? And we will win them. We'll beat them for sure in court. The trial is all over. We're waiting for the decision. But to tell you why there's no way we'll lose, when they were cross-examined in court, MNC, about why they're suing the Federation and suing Chartrand and suing all the other people, it was all a political attempt to hurt the reputation of the MMF or my reputation and so forth. It was just a political scam and using federal dollars. Because when they were cross-examined in court, the one question our lawyers asked immediately, what evidence did you have before you filed this case? The answer is, we had no evidence. We were going to find it hopefully in cross-examination or hopefully in discovery. How in the hell can you sue a multi-million-dollar lawsuit on the hope you're going to get some evidence when you're cross-examining? It is beyond me. Because it's not their money, and we're using our money at the Federation, so you're making us waste millions of dollars to show their falsification of their claim, which is absolutely wrong. So anyways, but just to show you, the MNC is there. We will not be in that same room. We will not recognize them. They're not legitimate. There's only two people left, Alberta and Ontario on that board. So they don't have legitimacy at all. They can't make a quorum. They can't. How do they make decisions? How do they write checks? How do they spend money? All that one day will be haunted by the government of Canada themselves for allowing it to happen. But on other matters, I will be dealing with the economic boost of the carbon offset. For example, our tree nursery investments, and I'll be dealing with PATCOM and our potash. I will be making an announcement very soon with PATCOM again. And of course, the wind energy. That's something we'll be sharing with the Prime Minister because we are tendering out for 200 megawatts and maybe more. But our 200 megawatts is going to cost to build them, and that's those big giant wind towers you see out there. If people ask the question, what is he talking about when he says wind energy? Mm-hmm. It'll be the big towers, and they'll cost us close to $450 million to $500 million, and we will own 51% of that. And so I want to make it very clear to everybody, it's important that we do not fail on these things because this is the future economic support we need. And of course, the future of Churchill might be even greater for everybody, including Métis. And there'll be these big investments, of course, if the national projects come through the Hudson Bay, where Churchill will be a big player. So, anyways, just also got another text here about another birthday. So it's Clore's birthday was July 29. Happy birthday, Clore. Actually, she's heading out with Curtis and Brinley. I always forget her name. She's a cute little thing. Her name is Brinley. And they're going to see Katy Perry. Katy Perry. It cost a lot of money for nothing. I could have given them a CD for free. Anyways, but they're just excited about this concert they're going to tonight. And I can't say enough how proud they are. And Curtis approached me months ago to see if I could buy him a ticket, and I said I would. So now he's all pumped up in a vehicle here, ready to get to see Katy Perry tonight.
Oh, have fun!
Oh, that's a big one for them, I tell you. Yeah, that's a big one. And you'll probably want to go yourself.
I do.
Oh, Lee, man, you're too old for that. You stay home.
Hey, my birthday's coming up.
You wait for George Jones concert. You're supposed to say He's already passed
I
away.
know. I was just going to
That's
say,
my
like,
point.
I'll be waiting for a very long time. Thanks. I got it.
Well, anyway, I had a chance to meet with Minister Jamie Moses on economic development. We talked about varying subjects, but one of the things we left each other with is a question mark. Where do we fit in the future plans of economic development when the province of Manitoba's investments are in play? And so is there going to be set aside, there's going to be a certain percentage of procurement, like Canada has a procurement model, and for everybody to ask the question, what the hell is procurement? Like I did the first time I heard the word. Procurement actually is just where they set aside assurances.
You sound muffled there, Dave.
Oh, sorry. They set aside assurances in procurement that you will have guaranteed participation in it. That's what the procurement is. It's sort of setting aside a portion of something that you will make sure that you are a part of it. So that's one of the advantages of having a guaranteed procurement program. And so that procurement program is 5% nationally in Canada for Indigenous people. So you just do 5% of the expenditures, say it's $20. You do 5% of that, right? So you're talking $1. So when you start looking at all of these things, figure when you start talking in a multi-billions, you're talking about some big transition of opportunity for Indigenous people. What Manitoba doesn't have is a set aside of a certain percentage of procurement. The procurement they have right now is very weak, and it doesn't assure Indigenous people that they're going to be a player in the partnership and opportunities. So that's not a good thing to be at. And so given the fact it will have some effect on us, whether it's long-term or short-term, especially when it goes into our natural resources, into areas that we have commonly used throughout our histories. And for that particular share, there's got to be a partnership that guarantees that amount. So I know we're waiting for the Premier to come with a potential announcement in Manitoba because he is working on a procurement policy. And when that comes into play, it'll show First Nation and Métis definitely have set aside in any project of definitely of provincial stature. When I'm talking when bigger projects coming out, that we will definitely have a role to play in our businesses, our investments, and definitely opportunity of sharing wealth and opportunity. So that was the discussion we had with Minister Moses. One of the things I raised with him, and I'm going to raise it with the Premier, is that right now you look at all these fires that are happening. And unfortunately, a lot of people are suffering and hurting because of that. Yeah, you hear Puckedawagan, they've been gone nearly 2 months. They want to go home. Split Lake is getting some good news. They may be able to go home shortly. You're absolutely right, Naomi. Our team is taking a break this weekend. They're actually doing lighter stuff right now for the weekend. There is still a lot of supplies that we have to go through. We are purchasing a machine. It's going to cost $100,000. And what it does is that when you donate whether sheets, blankets, clothes, anything, it goes into this machine and kills anything that's in there. Meaning if there's any illnesses in the blanket and the clothing, anything of that nature, whether it's bed bugs or anything that's snuck in somehow, that machine will kill it and have guaranteed that your whatever you're receiving will be with no potential viruses or something of that nature or any bed bugs.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, but it's going to cost us $100,000, and so should get that hopefully by next week. So when that happens, because we got bags and bags and bags of clothing that so many people have donated, and we're so proud of it. We want to thank all the people and their kind hearts for donating. But you can see the smiles in the evacuees, how proud they are, and that's how we treat them with great pride. They come into, we call it our stores, and all donations are set in place, and they shop.
And it looks exactly like a store. I've been in there. It's amazing.
I know, isn't it beautiful? Like I just compliment, of course, Stephanie and the crew and all the team. I got about 40 staff, 45 staff maybe on this. It's taken away from other programs and services.
Yeah.
So that's causing us some extra work that's coming our way. We know it. So our team is tiring. It's tiring because they've been going nonstop now. Because the first wave that came through with evacuees started off with Flintstone on a major head of about 5,000-6,000 people there. But when all the rest of the communities came out, that first hit was hard. It took our staff working like 16 hours a day.
Yep.
And now the second wave, now you got Highland Lake and the rest of them coming in. And so we're doing our darnest to make sure we provide them with the great respect they deserve and definitely the best opportunity to overcome unfortunate situation where they couldn't bring no clothes, they couldn't bring nothing but a small backpack when they had to leave their villages, going to military planes especially. They weren't allowed to take suitcases and things of that nature. So we did have donations. I just actually asked Stephanie. She gave us a good report. We meet 4 o'clock every day, Monday to Friday. And so she gave me a report of some donations, but she didn't share it with. It's not in my report from CAT, but I do have others. Like I know I talked to this morning. I got a text from Jeff Barnett from Pratt. He said the 2,500 of hygiene products is being sent to the donation center, and that's coming from Pratt. The other 2,500, he said, will be coming. And we got Walmart also gave us $1,000. Kids for a Cause out of Toronto also donated hygiene kits, and they're coming in from different places all over. And I can't. And one that really touched me is because we had to cancel St. Madeleine, as you all know, and we're looking forward to St. Madeleine. I'm still very, very proud of the Premier in the transition of giving us the land that they burnt down our village on and put our people out like cattle were very more valuable than our people, and scattering them out to hopefully find a shelter somewhere to live in because they burnt their houses down. So
That's right.
Our people still gather there, and we culturally gather now with a big show of culture events, and usually we have several thousand people coming out, no problem. But this time we had to cancel. But some of the locals decided to just have a small gathering. Pelly Trail, Russell, St. Madeleine, Birtle, Binscart, those community members got together, and they just had a little tiny event there. I think they want to make sure that this year we had to cancel, but they want to make sure it was not forgotten. And they want to do some great work. One of the things they want to focus on is to raise money for the evacuees. And so a small little gathering like that, they raised $5,100 in cash. And it just touches my heart. You know, that's our locals, little locals, going out there, fundraising, volunteering, and they're donating $5,100 to evacuees to help with the cause. So it makes me so proud to be part of that movement abroad of our people, and it just sends my heart pumping, because that's what I've always dreamt of. That's what I believe in. I believe in unity. I believe in our people working together, helping each other, helping those that can't help themselves.
Yes.
So my time's almost up, but I did have a chance to speak also with Member of Parliament Buckley Belanger from Northern Saskatchewan, Métis man himself, and we had a good chat about Bill C-5, and that the Métis federal government will be supporting it, but we're going to make it very clear that there's got to be assurances from the government that we will not be forgotten, that we'll be part of the process, and big industry will not just plow their way through without ensuring consultations and discussions are happening and opportunities is coexisting for all parties. So that discussion, Belanger, was very, very, it made me feel good. He was a Métis man himself, and he was an MLA for years in Saskatchewan, and now he's an MP in the federal government of Canada, the Liberal government of Canada. So I had a good chat with him, and we think we had some good discussions that we want to meet again. He's going to actually come and tour the work of the Federation. I think he's very, very proud once he sees that, and I'm very proud of it. We also had a report. We got a call from the Wabin Tribal Council of Ontario. There's another report that came out from a Dr. Leela Inksetter, professor at the Department of History at the University of Quebec, Montreal, and again stating that the Métis Nation of Ontario's claim of those Métis people being Métis citizens is not true, that there was no such thing as a Métis community out there. There was nothing historically that can be proven. Yes, there may have been some mixed blood scattered here and there, but there was not an existing nation or community. So that came out from the First Nations in Ontario, and again, it's very clear our position stands firm. We do not believe there are any relations to us whatsoever. The ones that may have moved here now, there's some people still, of course, our citizens moved to Ottawa to work, some moved to Australia to work, some moved to the United States to work, but those are our people. They left their histories from here, and these other newcomers, I'll call them, are trying to steal their histories from Ontario. Again, there's another document proving their false claim that they did not exist as a community, as a nation. They're out to steal our history, steal our culture, and steal the things we've been able to advance ourselves on. So that's something that, again, I state over and over. I want to say something to my baby. Make sure you get home tomorrow. And she's in Scotland right now visiting my great-grandson who's not feeling well. And make sure you get home safely tomorrow. A little note for myself here. and that's coming from Glorian, telling Martha, baby Martha, you get home. We miss you. I know you're trying to be a big auntie, but you got to get home too. You got to work Monday and drive safely. Also, on St. Branch Chief Jerry Daniels, who came to our command center, came and see the store. He was so proud of it, and we had a good chuckle about some of the stuff we've been able to do together. And the thing about our cultures is we could laugh about so many different things. We find different things so commonly funny, and so we had a good chat, good hugs, and good talk. And we actually are looking towards to sign a memorandum of understanding with the Southern Chiefs organization. My government will be sitting down with the Grand Chief, and we'll be sitting down and developing a common position where we could find common areas where we can work with each other, how we can support each other. Economically, how can we help each other? You know, we start looking at the economies, especially Bill C-5, how do we start working with each other? Secondly, when we look at natural resources, how do we protect our future? And one of the things I said on the show, I think last week, and I have 1 minute here, last week is that all the forest fire that is occurring, you got to know, you got to admit, there's moose dying, there's deer dying, elk dying, bear dying, and all species of animal. So we need to work together to figure out how do we overcome that. We already had a question about the population of animal. We need to work on that. So again, these are the type of discussions we should have been having a long time ago. So I want to thank Chief Daniels for coming down to my office and sitting down, and we'll probably be signing something. There'll be a public announcement, a media announcement on that coming very, very soon. But again, it shows leadership. It shows that, by looking and supporting each other, we can get a hell of a lot further ahead than fighting each other. So again, with that, I'll say goodbye, and Joe Smith. So I'm trying to figure that one out, Cowboy. Anyway, so I'll say hi to my family out there, of course, and to our elders. Thank you for your guidance, and to, again, all of our locals, stay strong, stay proud, and continue doing the great work you're doing. To my cabinet, we'll get ready. We're going to Ottawa on August 4th, and our 5th and 6th meeting, we'll meet the Prime Minister on the 7th. Take care, everybody. I'll talk to you guys next Saturday.
Okay, you take care, David.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye now.